Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Suck and Handmill Scouts Weekly Challenge. For this challenge, we will be making a set of paste beads and doing the Bowline Knot. What you will need is some paracord and some beads. Both are relatively inexpensive. The paracord you can pick up usually at the dollar store for a couple of bucks. And I bought a great big thing of beads at the dollar store, and it was about $3.50. So, and you're only going to use about half a cent's worth of beads. To start off with, you may have to take your paracord, burn the ends a little bit, and then roll it around so it's nice and rounded and a little thinner than the rest of the cord. That way it'll be much easier for the cord to go through the beads, like so. To start off with, we will work on the Bowline Knot. And the purpose of this Bowline Knot is just to simply create a loop that you can attach to, your pocket or your day pack. To make the bowline, you take your rope. Okay, you create a little loop by taking your working end and crossing it in front of your rope. Okay, loop doesn't need to be very big, so about like that. And you take your working end, go up through the loop, go around behind the rest of the rope, and then bring it down back through the small loop that you created, and then just give it a tug. One Bowline knot. Okay, just to give you an idea of what it should look like when you're done. One loop. Now, to start making the paste beads, you will need 5 beads to start with. The beads I've got are multicolored, and I chose brightly colored ones for a reason. That way, should you get lost or whatnot, by having the beads on you, they may be a little bit easier to spot. So we'll do this one in all yellow. So you just simply take 5 beads, feed them onto your cord, okay, like so. String them all the way down to your loop. Okay, you want to leave a good inch or two. And then just simply tie an overhand knot. Okay. So you have something like this when you're done. Okay. Then you want to take 9 more beads, feed them onto your cord all the way up to your stopper knot. And then again, leave another good inch or so, and then tie it off, and then cut the excess cord off. And when you're done, you should have something that looks remarkably like this. Okay? Or like that. The idea is, okay, with putting 9 beads down here, and this is something that we'll touch on in the fall, is for every 100 meters, you take one of your bottom beads, slide them down. After you've got all 9 down, okay, which will be 900 meters, after you go another 100 meters, you slide one of your top beads down, okay, which will represent 1 kilometer. And then then after that, you start working your beads back up. So once you've gone another 900 meters, you slide another bead down. And what this does is, let's say we've got them there, okay, you get your beads like this. As long as you remember which direction your beads are going in, and you want to know how far you've gone, you just count 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 100 meters, 200 meters, 300 meters, 400 meters, 500 meters. So you've gone 2.5 kilometers. Okay. Again, once all these beads are down, you have gone 5 kilometers, and then you start working your lower beads back up, and then you start working these beads back up as well. Most of you have seen the beads that I carry on my day pack. This is just a quick and easy method to create your paste beads. But here's the set that I've been carrying around for a number of years now. This was actually made with shoelace, and instead of using a Bowline knot, I actually used a Turk's head stopper knot, and my beads were made with scrap pieces of paracord that I had, and those are also Turk's heads, but works on the same principle. Okay, and then in the center I've got another poorly tied Turk's head, and then another Turk's head at the bottom. But again, works on the same principle. These ones are actually still a little too tight, but it doesn't matter. The idea behind the paste beads is, and again, this is something that we'll touch on in the fall. We'll mark off an area of the lawn that's 100 meters, and we'll pace it off walking at a normal pace, and that will represent, and the idea is to count how many paces it takes. The easiest thing to do is just to count with one leg, and where most of us start with, when we start walking, is with our left leg. So it's, for example, for me, dressed the way I am, Hawaiian shirt, undershirt, shorts, and sandals. It takes 69 paces with my left foot to go 100 meters. So I would start counting paces with my left foot only, and for every time I hit 69, I would drop one bead down, because that means I've gone 100 meters. That's also over flat ground. One thing to remember is, when you're carrying your day packs or your rucksacks, or we're snowshoeing or we're over rough terrain, we will have to adjust for the weight that we're carrying or the terrain that we're under. But as a general rule, whatever you pace on it, in an open, on a lawn, basically dress the way you are right now, shouldn't vary too much, but it is something that we will have to do a couple times throughout the year. Again, we'll do it in the fall while there is no snow, and then if we get a chance, we'll do it again in the wintertime, maybe even with snowshoes, just so that we can see what the difference is. And that's how you make and how you use paste beads. In the description below, I will include how to use the paste beads. I'll explain a little bit about the pacing, and I will also have a picture tutorial of how to tie the bowline. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Hope everybody has a good week, and we'll see you again next week.